Good.
Oh.
There we go.
Okay.
Hey everyone.
Hi everyone, good morning. Our friends, followers, and fellow realtors, welcome to our newest series called #Scaling Up. This is our inaugural episode, and in this series we're going to be talking topics all geared toward changing your life, health, wealth, and career. So today for our first episode, I'm joined with Seth Robbins, and we're going to be discussing a little bit about joining the team with Hamilton Realty Group, as well as what EXP has done for his life and his bottom line. So, all right, let's get started. Everyone say a virtual hello to Seth. If you're with us, maybe drop it in the comments below. And we'll get started with a little bit of background on you, where you're from, and how you ended up here in southeastern North Carolina.
Yeah. So thank you, Claire, for hosting today. Seth Robbins, again with the Hamilton Realty Group. I'm from New York originally. I'm a transplant. My parents went through high school in New York City. My parents decided to relocate. We had two options, either Arizona or New Bern. So they picked New Bern. So I ended up looking at some North Carolina schools. Ended up being accepted to UNC Wilmington. Graduated from the business school there. Graduated in '95, showing my age.
Go Seahawks.
Yeah, go Seahawks. Moved around a little bit. Moved to Raleigh. Then moved back to Wilmington, and now I've been in Brunswick County. Gosh, about 15 plus years. Have two children. My daughter Sydney will be 19 next week. She goes to Campbell University, go fighting camels. And my son Kyle goes to South Brunswick High School. He's a freshman, 14 years old. Proud of him. And then my wife Sandy. So, yep.
Great. So what are some of the things you like to do with fun around here? Your hobbies, passions, things like that?
Yeah. So, I mean, one of the reasons I love Southeast North Carolina is obviously the weather and the climate. It's the end of October. We're still hitting, 70, 80s today. So beautiful weather. I do like the cold, but it's nice to be able to do things outdoors almost every day of the year. So those who know me, I'm pretty active. I've been a avid runner for going on 15 years. I run marathons, half marathons, trail races. We've got into cycling down here. We also paddleboard a lot in Riceville Beach. And then recently we picked up pickleball, which you may laugh, but once you start playing, it's a little bit addictive. And that's become really popular down here. So
Nice.
we enjoy that as well. So
Very
anything outdoors, we
Yes.
really enjoy.
Yeah, Seth is our super active and athletic agent. So pivoting off that a little bit, what ways are you involved in the community, kind of leading into your business as well as your lifestyle, stuff like that?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, my goal is to be able to give back if I can. Obviously, as a realtor, one of the most important things to do is to get out into the community, let people know who you are and that you are a realtor. So one of the first things I did was I joined the Southport Oak Island Chamber of Commerce. I've been involved with them for a very long time. I served as board of director twice, served as president for one of my terms. Then from there, I kind of pivoted some different things. I've worked on the tourism board for them. And then I complained a lot we had a 10K race, and I think I complained too many times. So they asked me to be the race director.
There you go. Effective.
Right? So this is my 12th year, I think, doing the Oak Island Lighthouse Run. I've grown it from, we have grown it from about 400 runners. And last year, I think we had about 1,500 runners.
Wow, very cool.
So I do that. I'm also involved with the Wilmington Roadrunner crew out of Wilmington. We have about 500 members in that group. And I serve as a board of directors, and this year I'm a member at large. So I try to get back that way as well.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So with that, how did you come to find the folks here at Hamilton Realty Group?
Yeah, so I've been licensed now for about 17 years. Not always doing residential sales. I started as a property manager, worked for a vacation rental company. We managed about 700 plus homes, so a little bit stressful doing that job. Sorry about that. That's why we're live. So did property management for all those years, did that for about 12 years, and it's a pretty stressful business, and it decided it was time to have a career change and it was pretty easy transition for me. Well, it wasn't easy, but it just made sense for me to move over to residential sales, and now I'm doing that. This will be my 8th year as doing residential sales. Yeah.
Very cool. So you joined Hamilton Realty Group before we were affiliated with EXP. Can you speak a little bit about what that transition was like for the team and you as being newly a part of the team and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, I didn't really know what I was doing in the beginning. I kind of went with the first company that I talked to, which I probably should have spent a little bit more time interviewing companies, but you never get taught things like that. You just got to kind of learn. So I was with a bigger company for a while. We had about 60 licensed realtors, kind of just got lost in the shuffle. Then moved over to a smaller company with just me and somebody else. That was too small, to be honest with you. I just wasn't getting the interaction I needed at that time. And then met Jack through one of our networking groups through Chamber of Commerce. I think he talked to me for about a year, and it's never a great time. It's always difficult to move from one company to another, but finally convinced me that obviously if I wasn't happy, whether I moved with Jack or another company, it was time to make a move. So I took the leap and I moved over to Jack's company, which was Connect Realty at that point.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So speak a little bit on EXP and how you feel that, what sets EXP apart from some of the bigger firms nationally, those kind of brokerages and things like that.
Yeah, so I don't know the exact numbers, but EXP, I think I checked a couple of weeks ago, I think 60,000 plus agents now throughout North America and throughout the world. I mean, they're expanding all the time. So obviously a pretty large company. I think one of the biggest thing for me with the EXP was their technology base, the things I saw that they were doing, we just weren't getting with some of the other firms. And also they have a lot of different ways to earn some income. Obviously the traditional way is to obviously sell homes and bring buyers in and things like that. But they also have, they're a publicly traded company. So you have some stock purchase options when you close on a home, which is a great incentive since traditionally, you don't have a 401k or a way to save money. That's a great way for you to kind of build your nest egg as you sell homes. And they also have a revenue share company. So you have the option. It's not required. But if you find another agent who's not happy and you introduce them to EXP and they join, then you do get a revenue share that way as well. So several ways to make some extra income, which is great, which I don't see with any other company at this point.
Right. Yeah. Awesome. So also pivoting off that, how do you feel that working with a team benefits you as a realtor at this point?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so both companies I worked for prior, I was individual, and honestly, in retrospect, it was probably a big mistake. I should have moved over to a team. I didn't know any better. So I was kind of working on my own. There was no one to kind of bounce ideas off of. A smaller office. We don't have a lot of agents, but I personally like it that way. So I guess it depends on your... Oh, there we go. So the team environment has been huge for me. The collaboration of all of us exchanging ideas, working off each other's energy. I try to have a good lifestyle as well. So be able to travel and not have to worry about doing a showing or maybe a walkthrough for a home inspection has been tremendous. So it's done amazing things for me moving over to a team environment.
Awesome. Yeah. So we've kind of talked about all of the benefits of EXP and how it can help a newer agent or someone that's thinking about making a change. What would be your biggest piece of advice as far as someone in that position? Maybe they're newer, they're looking to make a change in their career at this point in time, and maybe considering something like EXP or joining a team. Just any sort of takeaway?
Yeah, I mean, I would say, take your time. Interview several different agencies. Everyone's going to offer some different incentives. One may have something that you're really looking for versus another. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think you got to enjoy who you're working with. So I think we have a great energy here at the office, and we welcome anyone to come in, anyone to sit down with us. I would not obviously interview the broker in charge or the owner, but I would also interview some of the individual agents who are out there every day trying to sell some real estate and just get an honest opinion. I mean, we're honest here, we're transparent. So if anyone ever is thinking about moving to EXP or maybe just making a transition and wants some advice, Again, you know, I've been with Jack for a while. I don't honestly know where I would be if I hadn't moved over. I mean, it's a very tough industry. The attrition rate is huge. I mean, most agents don't make it past year 2. So make sure you have, you know, that backup in that group that you need, and make sure you're going to get along with them. So I would just advise, take your time, talk to a few different companies, and just go with your gut who you feel is going to be the right fit for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, very cool. I'll try to sneak back over here with Seth as best I can with our non-sideways, but we just want to say thank you everyone for joining us today for our first scaling up. Sorry for the little bit of a hiccup at the beginning with being sideways. But like we said, that's the beauty of live video, and we're real people too. So, but thank you everyone, and thank you Seth for all of your great words and everything. So as usual, follow us along. We'll be posting more of these in the next coming months. And yeah, thank you so much everyone.
Thank you guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.